Hear the historic pipe organ at the Troy Savings Bank Music Hall. Decorate your walls with art from Bear and Bird Boutique and Gallery. And catch a performance from Chris Sanders and the Better Days. It's all ahead on this episode of AHA.
Funding for AHA has been provided by your contribution and by contributions to the WMHT Venture Fund. Contributors include the Leo Cox Beach Philanthropic Foundation, Chet and Karen Alpelka, Robert and Doris Fisher-Melisardi, and the Robeson Family Foundation.
Hi, I'm Matt Rogowitz, and this is AHA, a house for arts, a place for all things creative. Adam Tinkle is artist in residence at the Troy Savings Bank Music Hall, and he's been immersing himself in the sounds of the hall's historic Odell organ. Jessica Bowen, the Music Hall's Director of Education and Outreach, explores the organ's history and shares some details about Adam's upcoming performance.
We're at the Troy Savings Bank Music Hall, which is one of my favorite places, just in general. We have been open since 1875. So we just celebrated our 150th anniversary on April 19th of 2025. And we've been bringing music to Troy and the Capital Region since then. So there's a very long history here of music making in a very old space that is world-renowned for its near-perfect acoustic.
It's been a remarkable who's who of 19th, 20th, and 21st century artists who've played on the stage. Sergei Rachmaninoff, Vladimir Horowitz, Yehudi Menuhin, Jascha Heifetz, Fritz Reiner. It's just amazing. Benny Goodman, Ella Fitzgerald, Diana Krall, Dave Brubeck.
There is a beautiful mural, and on the bottom of the mural has all the different musicians that played there.
So we're very blessed to have this little gem right here. I come from a music education background and a performance background. I'm a violinist. So I was teaching 7 through 12 general music and band, believe it or not, even though I'm a violinist. And I was lucky enough to be offered a full-time position here. And so over the years, I've worked on expanding all of our educational programming, expanding our outreach offerings, and building our artist residency program.
So I'm currently doing an artist residency here at the Troy Music Hall. I've been getting in here just about every week to turn on and play the 1881 Odell pipe organ, and I'm getting ready to present a concert of music for the pipe organ on March 31st.
So the organ is one of my favorite factoids, things to share about the hall. It was not original to the space. So in 1875, the building opened, did not have an organ.
Very little has changed. There was some roof work done, and there's been some ceiling work done. I think the biggest change that's visible to the public is a new cove that was put over the stage when we purchased the pipe organ in 1890.
The Troy Savings Bank purchased the organ from a gentleman in Manhattan who owned it. It was actually installed in his apartment townhouse. I don't know about you, but I cannot fit an organ in my townhouse, but he could. So they deconstructed it when they purchased it from him and reinstalled it here in the music hall.
And some people think that because of the way the organ was built and the way the pipes are, that somehow it makes this music, the sound, carry through the stage. So after that, you start seeing the reviews in the newspapers about the amazing acoustics.
The organ since 2006 has been in a partial state of performance readiness. The National Organ Society at that time had provided us a grant to actually repair the organ with the money that they could provide to make it at least somewhat playable. My understanding is that it was near not playable for quite some time since the mid-'80s.
The organ today is in need of some work. We're hoping to do that at some point. It's not in our scope right now, but it is sort of functional, but it is not in concert condition.
And so the way Adam is working with the organ at the moment is very much exploring what functions, what doesn't function, and working creatively with the organ in the state that it's in, as opposed to striving for a perfectly functional organ.
So I've been working on trying to diagnose everything that's happening with the organ, figure out what I can play and what I can't when I'm in the musical moment. So red are keys that don't work. Pink and yellow require different degrees of like finessing. Like on some stops they work, on some they don't. Sometimes if I give it a little extra pressure. So it's like. And that's really what makes this a completely unique instrument. There's no other organ that sounds like this, and in a year this organ may not sound this way, and so in a way we're kind of documenting a particular moment in the lifespan of this instrument.
There's going to be a presentation of the work he's done with the organ on March 31st. Really an exploration of the instrument as it is in our space today.
I've been thinking a lot as I've been doing this residency about what we save and why. I've been reading this book by a philosophy professor who teaches at Wellesley, which is called What to Save and Why. I wrote a song, a choral piece that's called What to Save and Why that we're gonna do as a sing-along at my concert here on March 31st. And I think throughout the process of engaging with this institution, as it decides how it's gonna go about saving this building and taking this building with it into the future, a lot of really exciting questions are being asked about what we as a society save and why. And I'm really happy to be along as an artist, getting to ask those questions.
Amanda Magneta Otadi is the owner of Bear and Bird Boutique and Gallery located on J Street in Schenectady. The storefront shines a light on local artists with a gallery in the back, supported by a gift shop in the front. Amanda recently sat down with Jay to talk about the importance of curating your own space.
Hey Amanda, welcome to A House for Arts.
Hello.
Yeah, very excited to talk to you about Bear and Bird.
Yes.
What is it?
Bear and Bird. Okay, so it's sometimes a bit of an enigma for people because they don't know what to expect when they hear the name. But what it really is it's a curated curiosity shop and a gallery. It functions as an operating gallery. We've been operating for 18 years as a gallery, but we have a large area of merchandise in the front. So that's kind of the gift shop that supports the gallery. Just like a museum has a gift shop, we have a gift shop. But everything that we sell is touched by an artist. They've designed it, or it's anyone from indie artists to bigger names.
And why the name Bear and Bird? What's the meaning behind that?
So back in 2006, we were looking to open a gallery space atop my husband's 10,000 square foot comic and toy store, which is called Tate's Comics. And we couldn't think of a name for it. We tried to do play on words on the word Tate and Tate's, but it just was stupid. It didn't work. I mean, one of the ones that we failed was Decapitates.
Oh no, it was like the cookie company. Like, we already got it.
Yeah, and then Tate Gallery obviously is taken. So eventually, after a lot of brainstorming and notes, I came up with Bear and Bird, which is my parents' nicknames for each other. That's what they always called each other growing up. My mom is Bird and my dad was Bear. So
that's so cute.
Yeah.
So why is having it a boutique mixed in with the gallery so important to you? Why does this matter?
It supports the existence of the gallery because selling artwork is a lot more difficult than selling a sticker for $1.50. So having the merchandise, which is more accessible to people and opens them up to art, even if it's something simple and small like a sticker, is a little foothold into getting them to appreciate art more and collect art more. And of course, it funds the existence of the gallery. We're self-funded and owner-operated.
We've had a nice conversation in the past about turning people into collectors and the movement of turning people into art collectors and how it's not as difficult as you think. Because again, you said something could cost $150 and that's from an artist. You're a collector after buying that, and then of course you sell paintings up to thousands of dollars. So why is the movement of turning folks into art collectors important to you, and how do we do that?
Artists will have a hard time if nobody ever supports them financially. I mean, creating art takes a lot of time and it's a job. So if you're not paid for your job, then you have to find another job. And we need the artists to, continue to make art to bring joy to our lives and, curiosity and, share messages that are difficult to say in words sometimes, but people are more receptive to it if it's, an image that they feel comfortable looking at, like illustration, because illustration is something people are very familiar with. And it's taken for granted because of that, I think.
Yeah, and how do you set up in Bear and Bird, how do you set up a patron or someone in there to be comfortable with collecting and giving them permission to?
Really, it's just about them connecting with whatever it is and being within their budget. I mean, they kind of have to give permission to themselves, but I think when you're immersed in our space, it shows you like a different way that you can decorate your home, because a lot of people have literally nothing on their walls. And I don't know exactly why that is. That's kind of like they have to discuss that with themselves. But it's not because of price, because you can have postcards for $1.50. You can, buy art from children, and you can, do your own big painting with just Home Depot paint if you want. Like, price is not the entry point. It's almost like permission to show yourselves on your walls in your home.
Yeah, like how do you put your feelings on the wall?
I don't know.
Which maybe that's why people are like, I don't know about it.
People are afraid because maybe someone comes in and they judge them. I mean, there's so many people's homes I go into. I'm looking at everyone here. Do you have nothing on your walls? Like, find something. Buy a piece of artwork from a young artist. There's something out there that's for you, but you got to open your eyes and look for it.
Yeah, and every art has a place in the house. It doesn't have to be in the living room.
Right,
I mean,
do a little clump. Only the bathroom. Some people do that, but it's a very addicting sort of hobby once you start collecting art, because then you realize what an impact you're having directly in your community. I mean, it funds my existence, which then creates opportunities for the community. It's just you're saying I want more. I want more art when you collect art.
And then you inspire others when they walk into your home too, and
exactly.
I would love to buy that. What artist did you buy
that from? Good observation. You're showing other people what it looks like to have art in your home, because they don't see it. Like, all my friends have art in their homes. Yeah. But that's because I'm like, is that because are we friends because we have art in our homes, or we have art in our homes because we're friends? Because it's kind of like you see how it all intermingles.
Yeah, the intersection of it. You take the illustrative arts so seriously, and you really do put a lot of illustrative and graphic design artists on. Why is that important to you?
I don't feel like I take them seriously as much as I respect them. And I don't know if that's exactly the same thing, because it's like, it's definitely, I do take it seriously in the sense of I do respect them as artists. And I think that's what's missing, is that a lot of places just don't value that as much as they should, because they take it for granted. I don't know why they take it for granted. Like, I don't take it for granted. That's just not me. But I guess I'm more willing to tell people what I like, because I'm a curator, because that's my job, is to say, hey, look, these are the things I like. Do you like them? If you like them, then we can be friends. And that's really it. If you walk into my store and you love my store, you're my friend. That's just it. And if you don't like it, then I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Get the hell out of here.
Do you think your background in graphic design helps your love for the illustrative arts?
Well, absolutely, yes. And even just being a curator, you're always hanging the shows. And when you think about it, graphic design isn't that different, because you've got boxes and you've got words and your letters, and you want to have a balance of the textures and the colors and the frames, and how do the pieces speak to each other. So all of that is exactly the same in graphic design. It's just you're doing it in a three-dimensional space. Yeah. Sometimes I say that the whole store is my art, because I don't have time really to sit down and do projects. I like doing projects. I like doing lots of things, but right now my focus is, creating this kind of immersive space.
How has the impact to the community, because you're in Schenectady, correct? How have you seen your shop impact the community in positive ways?
I think I'm creating a space where people haven't really had something like it before, where they can, first of all, go somewhere and be surrounded by things they've never seen before. So a nostalgic kind of feeling that you get, which is a positive feeling. So it's really, there's a lot of really great small businesses in Schenectady, and I feel proud to be a part of that community because we all help each other. And when people do come to our businesses, I think that they are really getting something that they can't get online because it's immersive, first of all, and you can see and you can touch the product and you can talk to the person, the business owner. There's not a lot of places like that at all. Like there's some, but there's not a lot. So giving people that opportunity to come in and experience the art. We have a public-facing 24/7 art gallery window that faces J Street, which is a public marketplace walkthrough. Someone can walk down the street at 2 in the morning and they can experience art in that window. Like they don't have to pay anything. They don't have to even walk through a door. They can just, turn their head and look at it. And that's pretty cool.
It is.
I don't know, that's not something I can really quantify. Like I'll never really know, like what do people think with that, but I can imagine. And I'm sure that it's something they haven't seen, and that's always a good experience.
It is, and that's one thing I really love about your shop is you do so many, it's not just prints, it's not just paintings.
And we work with a lot of people who are new to art.
Good, great support for the emerging artists.
Because it's not about the status, it's about kind of like the artwork itself and the message, and a $50 piece of art can be just as great as a $5,000 piece of art, but it's all about the perspective and the connection that someone has to it.
Exactly. So what do you hope Bear and Bird changes in how we see and how we buy art?
I would like people to think, hey, this is for me. I like this. I can afford this. I'm going to buy it. Not just stop at, I like this. I'd like people to have art in at least one room in their home, make it be your own personal gallery, because that's what you're really doing when you're collecting art, is you're creating your own gallery. You're becoming a curator of your own, because that's, the power that you have in your home. So, I want people to become their own curators.
Go maximalist or go minimalist, whichever it is, just have art on the wall.
Yeah.
I got to convince
how big your house is, then you can be minimalist. You can have
Well, thank you so much, Amanda, for sitting down and talking to us about your wonderful shop. And
thank you.
I'm going to have to go visit it myself soon and probably spend a lot of time in there. So thank you for visiting us today.
Please welcome Chris Sanders and the Better Days.
Woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Angry thoughts won't get out of my head. I can stay here pissed off all day long, or I can get up and play this song. Better days are here today. We rode out here to laugh and play. So come on out and sing along. Better days are here today. Better days are here today. Better days are here to stay. All my boys to have a little chat. Gotta let it out, go a little ham. Beat the skins and bend the strings, sweat it out while this dude sings. Better days are here today. We rode out here to laugh and play. So come on out and sing along. Better days are here today. Better days are here today. Better days are here to stay. sweat the night away. Let your body move and sway. The better days are here today. The better days are here today. We rolled out here to laugh and play. So come on out and sing along. Better days are here today. Better days are here today. Better days are here to stay. There's an empty spot on my desk where her picture used to sit. There's a hole in my heart where her love used to fit. There's a crack in my mind showing me things I'd rather not see. Memories keep crashing in, the pain in me. This ain't the life I thought I'd be living. This ain't the path I thought I was given. This ain't the house I thought I'd die in. This ain't the life. Standing on the stage, pouring out my heart, wondering who I am, but still playing the part. I still don't know who I'm gonna be tomorrow. One thing's for sure, I'm done with all the sorrow. This ain't the life I thought I'd be living. This ain't the life I thought I'd be living. This ain't the path I thought I was given. This ain't the path I thought I was given. These ain't the arms I thought I'd cry in. These ain't the arms I thought I'd cry in. This ain't the life, this ain't the path. These ain't the arms, this ain't the life. Digging deep, I found strength I didn't know I had in me. Surrounded by true love, friends and family. Holding on tight to this new happiness I found. Dusting myself off, I get up off the ground. This ain't the life I thought I'd be living. This ain't the life I thought I'd be living. This ain't the path I thought I was given. This ain't the path I thought I was given. This ain't the love I thought I'd fly in. This ain't the love I thought I'd fly in. This ain't the life, but I'm gonna live it. I'm living it.
Thanks for joining us. For more arts, visit WMHT.org/aha and be sure to connect with us on social. I'm Matt Rogowitz. Thanks for watching.
Funding for AHA has been provided by your contribution and by contributions to the WMHT Venture Fund. Contributors include the Leo Cox Beach Philanthropic Foundation, Chet and Karen Alpelka, Robert and Doris Fisher-Melisardi, and the Robeson Family Foundation.